Okay. Hello, Mr. Gong. Hello, Captain Gong. These are your sentences. Are all the classes just going to be one-to-one or one-on-one? Or is it just going to be you and me? Or you and me and Andrea? Right? Is it just going to be you and me? We talked about Pagoda and YBM. That for 1 month it's about 120,000 won. A one-to-one class there is about $70 or 70,000 won. The teacher gets $20 and the institutes, they get 50,000. They take 50,000 won. That's the price for the English classes. I said this to you. I said, oh, hey, Captain Gong, often I don't get the opportunity to meet with the senior captains very often. I usually spend more time with the first officers. I get more time with the first officers. We talked about the Defense Language Institute, DLI, and you said you've heard of that place, that institution, but I've never studied there. Do you know any other pilots who have studied there at the Defense Language Institute? Maybe they have some good ideas about how to learn a language. I believe DLI has a lot of good ideas about how to learn a language. Oh, when did you finish your military service? When did you get out of the military? When were you discharged? Right. Again, discharged from the hospital, discharged from the military. Okay. Oh, Captain Gong, you were an officer. Me, Adam. Me too. I was in the military, so I'll make sure to salute you every morning. Yebigun is a reservist. Is a person in the reserves. I was a reservist. I was in the Navy Reserves, and my duty station was Pearl Harbor. I was stationed in Pearl Harbor. We talked about the difference between I work for Korean Air, I work at Korean Air. Where do you work? I work at Korean Air. Well, I work at Samsung. These are fun. Hey, you want a beer? Yeah. Where do you work, man? I work at LG. For is you're helping them or you're kind of serving them. Could be good or bad. You gotta study these words. Okay, anyway. So yeah, I have two things on my agenda. My wife and I are going to join a club and attend a dance club. Now, I'm not quite sure where yet. What are you going to do for your retirement? Well, I'm going to join a dance club. And I asked, have you ever joined a dance club before? Are you a member of a dance club now? No, I haven't. I don't have any experience with dance clubs. This is our first time. And we're probably going to stay in Seoul. We're looking at staying here in Seoul. What about Jeju Island? Well, Jeju Island sounds like the perfect place for a retirement dance club. My wife and I, we just want to learn to dance. It's something that we've wanted to do, but we just haven't had time. It'll be a mixed group, mostly retirees, probably some young people as well. Now, if it's only retirees, just retirees, but maybe a mixed group is people of different ages and whatever colors and everything. Two birds, one stone. Also, one shot, two kills. It's a win-win situation. I don't like lose-lose scenarios. I should change this. Actually, Captain Gong, I hate win-win. I hate lose-lose scenarios. Or, one person has to win, one person has to lose. I like win-win scenarios. Have you attended a cooking class? No, because my wife yells at me, you're not cooking right, you're not doing it right. Nobody likes this. We talked about food, and you asked me, what is the best dish? What is your favorite food that you want to cook? Or that you like to cook? Well, I like kimchi, all right? Remember this word, fermentation? Kimchi is fermented, or actually it's pickled. Fermented, like makgeolli is fermented. Adam, how long have you stayed here? How long have you been here? How long have you been in Korea? Oh, I've been in Korea on and off again for 12 years. What's it? Jaenam. Jaenam. Jaenam? Jaenam, he's my golfing buddy, my beer buddy, my drinking buddy, Momomo buddy. Alright. Anyway, with golfing, we have a golfing club. There are 8 of us. There are 4 men and 4 women. We have 4 men in our group and 4 women in our group. And we meet once a month. And we get together once a month, right? We've been friends since forever. We've been friends for a long time. We've known each other for 55 years. Primary school, middle school, high school. Remember, the reason this is difficult is because different countries have different ideas about schools. So maybe one area has a middle school and a high school, or a junior high school. It's confusing, so you have to ask people. Just a minute, I have to think of that word in English. Well, sorry, I can't quite remember the name of the golf course. The name escapes me. Oh, Leaders Golf Course? Leaders Golf Course, I think, maybe? I'm a little hazy on the name of the golf course. Remember, hazy is like a term. Hazy. It's something people don't remember. What is the longest time that you've spent in America? Oh, I was in Marietta, Georgia for 3 months. Well, half the time I spent there I was sleeping, and then I was in classes all day. We talked about Gene Hackman. We talked about this movie, Bat 21. Basically, somebody like a lieutenant colonel, they crashed, right? And the Americans have to rescue him. But the North Vietnamese are listening to his radio messages. So he remembers the golf course that others have. Or the golf course with his friend. And so they communicate with the golf course. All right, maybe you and Jaenam can do that. What does it mean to speak a language? Well, it means that you have the ability to communicate without many problems or with no problems, right? Dwarf. Remember, Baekseolgongju is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. But there's a verb to dwarf. The verb, the 동사, makes it look smaller. So I say to you, hey, the Empire State Building is big. And you say, no. The Burj Khalifa dwarfs, this is a mistake here, dwarfs the Empire State Building. Right? So, oh, it's big. Means this one makes it look small. Another example, I earn a lot of money. No, you don't. His salary dwarfs your salary. His salary makes my salary look small. Swear. Mingsehe, I swear. I swear, I promise, I'm telling you the truth. But another swear, 욕하지 마세요. Don't, like 18 dog, but don't swear. Expat pilots or foreign pilots. An expat bar. Today we talked about near the Hyatt, there's a place where expat pilots hang out. All right. We also have a commuter contract. A person who lives in another country but flies to Korea here to Incheon, right, where they're done working. Then they fly back home. I know him from the Air Force. We were in the military together. When is the last time that you saw him, or met him, or ran into him? I think it was about 4 or 5 months ago. I can't exactly remember. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Right? Vague answers, solid answers. Vague answers are solid answers. Vague answers, we don't know what people are talking about. Solid answers are stronger. I say he's about the same. If you tell him it'll blow up, it'll ruin the whole surprise. Right? Oh, I said to Janam, the plan is that your English gets really good in a few months, and their English stays the same. And then one day you speak very well, and they say, "Oh my gosh!" Right? So we can surprise them. I don't know much about the Mormons, but I do know that they are not really a great church. You know, they're kind of a cult. Actually, I like the Mormons, but you know, it's not a church I want to join. Moksa is pastor, minister, reverend. I don't know if we can call. We talked about Jo Young-gi, and I don't know if we can call Jo Young-gi a leader, but he was a pastor. But nowadays, people say that he's not a good man. He has a new god, money. Remember, this is a religious cult. A Gyoju is a cult leader. I asked you if you smoked. You said, yeah, I quit smoking about 18 years ago, 20 years ago. Right? Daebak. Whoa, that's strong. Ooh, seriously. There's many ways to say this. I agree 100%. I would agree 95% are being polite. Oh, hello, sir. I would agree. I would mostly agree. I read you 5. On a scale of 1 to 5, 5 is the highest. I understand you. I read you 5. Conservatives and liberals. The Bosujogin and the Jayu. Jogin. My high school teachers never said my name right. My name is Adam Schrepfer. But they said Schrepfer. Never said it right. We talked about flyover states. Andrea is from the East Coast. It's more exciting. All right. You want to go to Nebraska? Oh, that's boring. That's a flyover state. Nobody wants to go to Kansas or those places. I'm not old. Steve Kaufman is old. That dude is 71. I'm young. I'm like 64.